Hi guys, and welcome to the channel. Are you thinking about how humans will survive on the red planet Mars? Well, stick around to hear the story of the first 10,000 days. On the first day of 10,000 days, 5 starships land on Mars, marking the beginning of the Mars colony. All of the Martian rovers sent by different countries before this day watch as the 5 uncrewed starships land and deliver life support systems. These starships pave the way for humans to land on Mars in 2 years' time, for the first baby to be born on the red planet in 15 years' time. The 5 starships will land at Erebus Montis, and the cargo ships will be having the duty to deliver the essential life support systems. These are made up of solar panels, backup fuel, oxygen, water, dried food, waste management systems, spacesuits, medical supplies, and the first habitation pods. There are also tools and equipment for experiments. One of the starships is carrying Mars's new Starlink communications network and deploys it in orbit of Mars before landing to deliver life support cargo. Only 4 satellites are needed to create the Martian Starlink, as the Mars base will be concentrated to one area. There's also 7 football fields worth of solar panels on the cargo list, which will be used to power the future base and fuel production. Solar panels on Mars are only 43% as efficient as they are on Earth. Rovers, as well as robotic dogs by Boston Dynamics, which SpaceX uses to inspect rockets on Earth, are deployed from the starships to the Martian surface. The work begins on setting up the Mars base. The rovers and robots deploy the solar arrays. Rovers begin drilling for icy water deposits. The Saboteur process is used to take the CO2 from the Martian atmosphere and hydrogen from mining Martian icy water, and then uses heat and pressure to turn it into water, oxygen, and methane fuel. Multi-use rovers begin flattening and melting the Martian regolith, and reduces the kick-up of dirt and rocks, increasing the safety for the next landings. Population on Mars is made up entirely of robots, yet 2 years and 2 months have passed since the first landings of the 5 cargo ships, and the new launch window opens as Earth and Mars are close together again. 2 starships, carrying a total of 30 astronauts, land on Mars. 10 additional cargo ships accompany them, carrying an oversupply of life support. These first astronaut settlers are scientists, engineers, medical specialists, and military men with scientific backgrounds. They all have to stay on Mars for 2 years and 2 months. This is not a short-term visit. It is a mission to make life sustainable and multiplanetary. During the first weeks on Mars, the astronauts are suffering from the effects of low gravity after the 7-month journey and have weaker muscles. The first week is used to acclimate to the gravity of the red planet. The new settlers live in their starships that they landed in. The crew begins to adapt to their new surroundings. The life on Mars is harsh. The average temperature outside is -63, with a maximum of 20 degrees Celsius in the summer at the equator. Windstorms are common on Mars. They lift rust-colored dust into the atmosphere that can cover the entire planet. Orbiters that are monitoring the climate on Mars act as weather satellites, warning astronauts of incoming dust storms and changes in the weather. When the 2-year-long work schedule begins, days on the red planet are a little over 24 hours. The gravity on Mars is 38% of that on Earth. Once the life support systems have been unpacked and deployed, the next priority is testing and starting production of cryomethane fuel. The fuel is needed for the return trip to Earth. A small crew of astronauts begin conducting experiments that test turning the Martian soil into a 3D printing material. The Green Project also gets underway to start growing plants indoors. Settlers begin cultivating the Martian soil. NASA has packed designer plants that have been genetically engineered to grow on Mars, and testing begins on the cyanobacteria that was transported from Earth. This organism is used to produce ammonia fertilizer from the nitrogen in the Martian atmosphere. Crops such as rye, radishes, tomatoes, beans, carrots, and potatoes are grown, and the astronauts' waste is recycled as fertilizer for the plants. A combination of cargo and crewed starships are built, waiting ready to be launched when the window opens. Back on Mars, 1 starship launches, heading back to Earth, carrying on board the entire 30-person crew who have lived on the red planet for over 2 years. As more sophisticated 3D printing robots arrive, Larger hydroponic crop facilities are built, generating the majority of the food for the Martian settlers. The settlers begin testing underground digging for habitat purposes. Space agencies from all around the world are now sending their own equipment and scientists to Mars Base Alpha. The domain name Amazon.Mars is registered by Jeff Bezos. Blue Origin plans to open for delivery to Mars for space agencies first, and then later for private clients. The new Starship crew has transported fishes from Earth to create an aquaponic greenhouse, as there is now enough water being made on Mars. If you're enjoying this video, then make sure to hit that like button and subscribe to the channel for more amazing inventions, gadgets, vehicles, and more. The year 2035, this year will be known as the Great Crossing. Earth and Mars are closer than usual. This is known as perihelic opposition. The journey is shortened from 7 months to 5. Hundreds of settlers now land on the red planet. Autonomous industrial-scale 3D printers are now used to grow the base. The international habitat expands and becomes a town-sized settlement of interconnected domes. The construction of the first Martian hospital begins, and a growing number of people decide to remain on Mars as more facilities are built. The first people with the intention of becoming permanent residents arrive on Mars. The colony crosses the 1,000-person mark. There is even a small-scale TV show that is made on the red planet, while exploration missions discover cave systems suitable for the development of protected underground habitats. A large number of the new arrivals are now commercially paying 2-year stay customers. All travelers are still required to contribute in growing the Mars society. With over 7,000 people now on Mars, the first Martian political system is created. Local policies are needed to help govern the residents of Mars and keep pushing the mission of being self-sustaining as a matter of survival for the colony. The first restaurant opens on Mars serving bioprinted food. The first bioprinter arrives. It is used at the hospital to test the printing of human parts. The first parts of a nuclear fusion power plant begins construction, reducing the need for additional solar panels that are sent with each mission from Earth. 2046, the year of the Martian explorers. The first person climbs Olympus Mons. It is 2.5 times taller than Mount Everest, making it the tallest mountain and volcano in the solar system. The 9.5-month journey tests the limits of the new flexible spacesuits. Schools are now being built as workers begin to move their families to Mars. The year 2051 is known as the Second Great Crossing. The close orbits of the Earth and Mars allows for another mass movement of people and equipment. Tens of thousands of people land on the red planet. Government officials from different Earth nations make the crossing. Mining companies send management teams and exploration geologists to the planet. The colony produces all of its own power: breathable air, water, food, and fuel. The first Mars-born human visits Earth. The traveler is assisted by a robotic suit controlled by a Neuralink brain chip that helps support them in the heavy Earth gravity. On Mars, grasslands and woody plants are thriving in vast enclosed greenhouse domes built over melted ice lakes near the equator. They are slowly adding oxygen to the Martian atmosphere. Escaped seedlings from the greenhouses are attempting to survive on the surface of Mars. So guys, let me know down in the comment section below, would you like to be a part of a Martian colony? For more interesting content, give this video a thumbs up, and don't forget to subscribe to the channel for more awesome content. Have a nice day, and I'll see you on the next video.